G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel. And in this episode we take a look at my Behr Fairlane G220 late series car. Let's take a look. So this is my 2004 Behr Fairlane G220. The 220 is sort of a sports model that they had, which had sort of slightly lower suspension, still had a really nice ride, alloy wheels, special interior. As you can see here, these alloy wheels were actually used on the 75th anniversary AU Fairlane, which I've actually got one of those. They're used in the AU series with a different centre cap, but with a smaller cap, these wheels were used on some of the earlier Fords. But yeah, really nice looking car. It's funny with the BA Fairlane and the BFs, and don't worry, in the Fairlane Auto History series I will be covering these off in great detail. But this is just an update on my particular car. But when they first came out, I thought, gee, they're a little bit too generic and too similar to the Falcon. But now with age and as the cars get older, they've taken on their own more interesting appearance. And I think the same thing happened to a number of cars when you think about it. Even ZF and ZG Fairlanes back in the day were seen as being a little bit too close to the Falcon. But now that, you know, they're old cars, they really have come into their own sort of appearance-wise. So you can see, yeah, navy blue. I'll get the colour and I'll put that up on the screen if I find out what it is. They got rid of the rear garnish here with the red taillights. I quite like that. I probably would have liked, if I was in the styling studio working on these, I would have probably had a small red strip just above this chrome piece here. But I think the car still looks very nice, very clean looking. There's the G220, which is 220 kilowatts. Got the high mounted stoplight and the antenna there in the roof. But you know, it's a handsome looking car, very clean looking car. And even though it's the same body as the AU Fairlane, and I've got a 99 AU Fairmont, a Fairlane Gear V8, check that out as well if you haven't watched that episode. Or there's a couple of episodes on that. It's the same body, but this car looks more elongated and probably a bit more smoother and sporty versus the AU model, which looked more sort of upright. Come around to the front here, you can see that one of the differences with the 220 was the headlight surrounds were blacked out instead of chrome. Got the lay down sort of gear emblem as well in the front. I'll show you the engine in a second. You've got the 220 badges on the side, and probably one of the nicest combinations. So this blue with the red interior with the black insert. So I need to clean this up a bit more and give it some hide food. The driver's seat's a little bit worn. I'll probably get the stitching done and just get that cleaned up. But the rest of the car's really nice. You do have that that BA problem with the silver coming off the shifter, and the surround's a bit wrinkled, but I'll get that fixed as well. In the back here, plenty of leg room, as you can see. You know, power windows, cruise control, all that sort of stuff. The headlining needs doing as well, so I'll get that fixed as well. And these cars also have the fold down rear seat, so you can access the boot as well. So there's plenty of storage room. Very, very comfortable cars. And yeah, really, really terrific. See the map pocket and also the lumbar support for the seat there. This car still has the plastic over the scuff plates, but it's sort of coming off, the little covers. But yeah, instrumentation there. You can see it's 241,000 Ks, so not too bad. Got your cruise control there. Dual climate control, air conditioning, you know, 4-speed auto, just really nicely equipped. And you can see those two-tone seats, which look really, really good. Okay, so you've got a very large 5.4 litre V8, which is overhead cam. Basically, it's a 3-valve per cylinder engine. The block is like a Ford truck block, basically. F-Series, the 5.4, 24-valve, variable cam timing. This is sort of paint finishes come off here. So this unbolts, and I'll get that hydroblasted. Maybe my mate Phil, his buddy's got the hydroblasting business. I'll just put his details up here. So if you ever need any of that hydroblasting done or sandblasting, if you're in Melbourne, check him out. I'll put his details up now, but I think I'll get that done and I'll mask that off and repaint that obviously keep this intact. It's physically a very large engine, much bigger than the Windsor physically, and 220 kilowatts, so plenty of power. And obviously the more heavily developed versions of these, the quad cam versions, had the were in the XR8s and the GTs and the FPV products. Seats also have the mirror settings and also 3 different memory settings for the seats, and there's also rear parking sensors as well.
This marks Behr Fairlane G220 with a 3-valve 5.4 Behr V8. Beautiful colour and lovely condition car.
Yeah, so the car still offers a really good ride. Still a few things I want to do to this car. Probably could do with some tyres, maybe just some suspension bushings done, things like that. But generally speaking, it's really nice. Original owner car, bought off the previous owner was the first owner, so it was a one owner car. And you can see the automatic climate control there. It's a very pleasant driving experience. Very easy to drive and good power. It's not a rocket ship, but it's very comfortable to drive. It's not lacking for power in any way, shape, or form, unless you're like an absolute speed demon. But it has very good torque. Sorry about this guy coming towards me on the wrong side of the road. Great. But plenty of torque, and obviously the 220 kilowatts of power. The weight is quoted as 1,400 kilos. That seems a bit light to me. I would have thought it'd be a heavier car than that. That seems too light. I think it's heavier than that, but it's got good power, handles well, nice ride, and very, very comfortable. As I said, probably could do with some new tyres, because the car was sitting for a long time, so I think it's got some flat spots on the tyres. Certainly better now than when I first drove it, but I think the tyres are probably a bit old and a bit hard. So that's something that I'll attend to. Plus, as you can see behind me here, the headlining needs doing as well. So I'll get onto that. Jason can do that, and hopefully the seat and some of the silver stuff I can just do that myself, or maybe Phil give me a hand. I'm sure he's all over that stuff because he's got his GTP and he's been doing that car up and replacing some of the silver trim, which does kind of wear. I might even get some extra spare pieces just to have them with the car. If you check out my wrecking yard videos, you'll see that I always recommend going to buy the parts while they're available and quite cheap, while you can get them. So anyway, just wanted to give you a bit of an update on the Fairlane Behr G220. As I said, when I do get to the Behr series in my Fairlane Auto History episode, I'll be sure to cover it in great detail, all the models in the range, including the G220, but just wanted to give you a bit of a look at this car. So there you go. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode on the Behr Fairlane G220. Pretty cool car. I love the colour combination. If you did enjoy the episode, please hit the like button and also the subscribe. so you don't miss out on future episodes. Also, the hype button makes a big difference to the channel in terms of enthusiasts seeing it. And if you're into Fairlanes, make sure you check out the Fairlane Auto History Series right back to ZA. There's also a Falcon Auto History Series, a Valiant Auto History Series, and a Commodore Auto History Series, and there'll be a lot more in the future to come, so make sure you are subscribed. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.